Well, I'm not smart enough to be anorexic. Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Nah,
I'm
nah,
not
nah,
Kelva
nah.
though. Like, shit, I'm nothing, I guess. Like,
No, no, no. You're Joe. Don't listen. He's just trolling you. He did
uh,
put the cap there. Um, yes, we are at a new sub record. Actually, this is the most subs I've ever had. So thank everyone for the support. Really appreciate it. Okay, so it looks like we're going back to Tempe for game number 4 between Lash and Matiz. Roos versus French. Kind of a, almost. I'd almost say this is like a classic matchup.
yeah, I think so as well. This is definitely a classic. Um, I mean, you just see this matchup a shit ton, right? Because of the maps, high view. Both these civs are very good down, and seeing them now. So I mean, it's gonna be a good matchup for sure.
Yeah. Let's definitely see how this goes. So, what interesting is, so this match, I don't know who I favor on this. I mean, I guess I favor Roos, I guess, because there are 2 boars. I mean, French can take the boars too, but it's that extra bounty.
Yeah, I think I do favor Rus as well, but it's like not that bad for French, and especially considering Rus is probably, I think, a lot of people consider them one of the best at the moment. Getting French in this matchup is not like you're not like upset about it, I think.
Oh, agreed, 100%. I do not think this matchup is. The only way I think it switches to pretty Roos favor would be in the late game. I think that's when Roos is probably pretty favored. At least that's how I think about it.
And Lash is doing the Rusifron Vortex build where you build the 4 on the hunting cabin and you start producing scouts from that. I think this build, especially since the hunting cabin is getting nerfed, is going to be more popular. Um,
Oh,
so we probably won't see the chopping as much anymore.
oh no, the chop-in technique is gone next patch. The hunting cabin nerf it's pretty big. I mean, it's as you showed in that screenshot, right? Even if you get it directly center in the wood forest, it was only 35, and that takes a lot of effort. That's not like that's easy to do.
Yeah, it takes a lot of effort, APM, it slows down your build, like, it's just difficult.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like now I do think it's worth it in the current patch, but next patch no way.
Is Roost gonna be playable next patch? Yeah, for sure, it's definitely gonna be playable. It's just, um, you know, the things, it's definitely enough.
Yeah, yeah, they may not be. Honestly, I'm not sure because obviously I haven't played too much about it. But oh wow, look at that! Look at that wood, that tree spawn on the top left there. Blocks that whole thing.
Yeah, now that's like an ulti spawn, that sucks for sure.
Yeah,
If
that's
you're
definitely
Matiz.
that's a Monka S as I like to say. Not a fan of that spawn, but okay. What it happens. Now
Yeah,
we know that's possible.
with full balls on this map, this is pretty good Roost map, eh? I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Like, I think the reason why I'd probably favor Roost more than normal on this map is there's 2 boars, so that gives you an extra 150 or 4 boars, sorry. So you're guaranteed at least 150 bounty if you go for it.
Yeah, I think you might as well just go 3 TC on this map. You go the TC on that boar, you TC on that far deer, and then maybe you can just hunt that close to you.
Yeah, and not really seeing too much here. I mean, decent amount of sheep for Matiz. Is it Matiz or Matiz? How do you say it?
I say Matiz. I don't know which one he prefers.
One day I'll have to ask him, but
Yeah.
that's not now. But we do see him going for a second TC. He's already got villagers on stone, and he's actually only aging with 2 on this school of cavalry, so he's not rushing
Yeah.
out a knight.
How often do you see this from French? Almost never, right?
Yeah, that's very, very, very rare. I can't remember like the last time. I don't know if I've ever seen this against me, for example, where you just put 2
Yeah,
and just slow age it up.
maybe versus Roost, this is kind of the move, because that knight is probably not going to get that much damage done anyway, especially with the Kremlin, right?
Yeah, because with the Kremlin you get the militia, right? So I agree. I think it's I think it's okay decision, like not rushing that knight out like you would versus most other civs, because yeah, that Kremlin really helps with that defense. Now, to be fair, in this particular instance, it's not anywhere near the stone, so I think he could have probably gotten away with rushing that knight, but obviously not necessary.
Yeah, this Kremlin, I'm not sure. I mean, it's a decent spot, but you also could have put it near the stone, like directly beside the stone and covered. like
Yeah,
both your wood, or at least one of your wood runs,
I
and
think
that kind of deer pack.
I think you would have gotten both.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know.
Actually, wait,
I
I
mean, he
take it
got
back. I
lucky
take
in
it back.
no.
I don't think it does cover both wood lines. If you put it, well, okay, if you put it right next to the right side of that wood line to the left of the stone, I think then
Mhm.
it went on the middle portion of that. If that makes
Well,
sense.
either way, he got lucky in the fact that he doesn't need to protect this stone anyway because he's not building a knight, right? So
Yeah, but I mean, we do see a very fast second TC, right? 520 from French. Again, you don't really see it that quickly usually. We do see two Kremlins or militia coming on to try to disrupt that. And
yeah,
then
it's a super fast French TC.
you can extend the ore with the lumber camp, right? Yeah, you can. You can extend that ore as long as you connect to it with the, I think any building, or is it just a lumber camp? I actually don't know.
I think on this map it makes total sense to go through TC as both civs, just because this map is a very resource rich map, right? There's more gold, uh, big gold mines. There's more boars. I think both civs should go through TC.
Yep, I agree. I'll be very curious if that's what we're going to see, though. Second TC is about finished, whereas the first TC for Lash is just starting. And Rus, or not Rus, French does have that advantage where their villagers are built in 17 seconds, so he will have a slight villager lead even if they're on even TCs, but it doesn't look like Matiz is going for that third TC.
Game just kicked me out. The
It
fuck?
did. Let me
One second.
pause, and you can just come back in and just go to 636.
Anyway, that TC I'm looking, I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, right beside your other TC doesn't cover your stone. I mean, sort of covers your deer. I don't know.
Wait, are you in the game or do you have to reload?
I'm watching your screen, but I'm rerolling it.
Okay. Yeah, just
I'll
making sure.
I'll let you know when I get back to it.
Perfect. Yeah, so it looks like, yeah, just from looking at this, it doesn't look like Matisse is going for that third TC though, or third TC, and he's only got 2 on gold, but he has like 16 on food. I wonder if he's going, I assume he's going to fix that soon, because that seems like too much on food, but not enough on gold if you're going on to castle, or if you're doing a feudal aggression even.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I think in this matchup, both civs kind of want to do some feudal aggression, especially since um, both civs are likely gonna run out of meat because they both build knights, which are food heavy, experimental food heavy, etc. I'm almost here. 1 second.
Yeah, no worries. I'm sure chat will understand. This is how it goes sometimes.
All right, I'm
You ready?
I'm on. Yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, resume. Oh man. Did yours fast forward as well?
No, mine's fine.
Oh, mine went to
We can just.
7-0. Okay.
I'll
Uh,
catch up on the thing. Don't worry about it.
okay. All right. So we have the first knight coming out from Lash, and nothing from Matisse yet. He did transfer some villagers to gold now, and he is throwing down. He has a barracks and an archery range. Kind of interesting. It's almost like, you know, the French player is doing what the Rus player would do instead of, you know, sometimes Rus will go archer spear instead of adding in knights, and French usually always goes knights. Oh, there we go. Now we see the first knight coming out.
Yeah, you would think French would definitely go knights, and he is going knights, but it's an interesting a try comp. It's very interesting. It's usually pretty good, so I don't mind that.
Yeah, I don't mind it either. I was just thinking, man, it just would be weird if French didn't make any knights at all. It just feels wrong to me.
Yeah, I think that making no knights though, that's probably wrong. Lash is going for the boar. I wonder if he's gonna TC. Oh, they're both just going second TC. I mean, I'm not a fan, but I mean, I guess people have their preferences.
Yeah, I know one it might be, you know, they just don't usually go 3TC or haven't thought about it yet. Or haven't faced it.
Mhm.
Sometimes you don't think about doing it until you face it or something.
That's true.
Oh, Lash might be... Ooh, okay, he does get that scout away barely. Lash
Why
did.
is French?
Uh,
Sorry.
I was just gonna say. So Lash did take that boar. I don't know if you mentioned that or not. I know you said something about a boar.
Yeah, yeah, I mentioned that.
I
Why
wa-
is French putting two TCs so close? Because he went two TCs without any units, so he had to kind of make a coast as a TC.
yeah. Otherwise, it's too risky.
Hmm.
Just wondering if we're gonna see like okay, we see another knight coming out. We do see a barracks coming out for Lash. Is he gonna take this and go? Like it feels like they're going fast or they're gonna go castle, but then it also looks like they're not. I'm not sure yet. But I'm
Yeah, I
thinking
don't think
castle.
so. You think so? Hmm.
Well, I mean Lash is starting to really float that food. He only has 4 villagers on wood, and he's got 16 villagers on gold, and he has 20 on food. I think Lash is 100% going castle right now, or saving for it.
Yeah. No, I think Lash definitely is. He's getting two production buildings, so maybe that's just like holding him in the meantime. But I think Matiz probably gonna go heavy fuel though.
Yes, this is live, Filetta, and you don't understand why bother going 2TC if you're not securing much. It's that extra villagers. Extra villagers is very, very important. You don't need to do a risky town center to get value from it.
Yeah, villagers themselves are definitely worth it, but if you can secure the resources, you usually do want to. But
Yeah,
the villagers themselves are worth it, obviously.
but sometimes it's just not worth the risk. Like if you're doing a no units, and if you do that, you can literally lose the game right there because of it.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
should know. I've done it many times.
I think everyone has at this
Yeah.
point. I saw a Puppy Paw replay where he did double TC versus core. I'm sorry for sharing that Puppy Paw, but yes.
Oh, I think I saw that one, and yeah, because then he just and I think core was Mongols, but he tried to go in 2TC with nothing and ended up, just ended up dying because of it.
Yeah.
But we do see Matiz, is going Castle Age with the Guild Hall. He's not going up with the Royal Institute, which is kind of the more common approach you see nowadays from French.
Okay, so they're both going castle. I'm wrong, and he's putting the guild hall right in the center of where he could probably put a keep. I mean, it's not a big deal, but you kind of want to build your production around a keep.
Yep, and Matisse is now taking his first boar, and actually Lash is moving out now with a few knights and 6 militia. But I don't think
I'm
it's going
not
to do
sure,
much.
It's a weird placement for a guild hall. That's all.
Ooh, look at that high trade house. Only 55 gold. It should go up now that he deleted that hunting cabin. Lash did recognize it. I'll be very curious what he gets.
Does it go up if the hunting cabin is
Yes.
deleted?
It takes
Oh,
till the next tick. Yeah, so now it's 137 a minute.
see that I didn't know. I thought the high trade house wasn't affected by the hunting cabins.
Oh no, it definitely is.
Okay. You still think it would be a better high trade house than that because it's between two wood rhines, but I guess the Kremlin is kind of in the way.
Yeah, I think that Kremlin is definitely. I think if that Kremlin was a little more forward, because I think if he could have fit it where the Kremlin is, I think it would have been higher.
I understand why I never lost versus you. What do you mean? Because I didn't know about the cabins? Alright, dude.
And we see, Matisse is going for that second boar now. Well, I guess he's going to run all the way around to do it, but he is going for that second boar, whereas Lash has
Yeah,
not gone for his second boar.
he walls himself out and then runs around. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously he wanted to wall himself in, but yeah, it's not
Yep.
what happened.
Yeah, so now, do see a little bit of aggression coming up from Matisse, but I don't think he'll be able to do too much.
Yeah, and Lash has a shit ton of resources, and I feel like he just doesn't have the production for all the resources he has. I'd like to see maybe a couple more boxes, just well, archer rangers even.
Well, and I think that comes to what he did, right? He put 16 villagers on gold, and he had only 4 on wood, so he didn't have that wood income. I mean, if you look at his wood, he just doesn't have the wood to build that production yet. So I think that's kind of his big mistake, is that he just doesn't have the wood, and that's why he's putting even more villagers on wood now.
Yeah, no, I mean it happens, right?
Yeah, we all
That's
do
what
it.
I agree with about. Sure.
And that's one of the hardest things about Age of Empires in general, is it's that macro, because it's so much. There's so many different resources, and yeah.
He's switching builders to wood now, so hopefully he can get out some production. But
Ooh, although look, he misclicked. He has
I
15 idle villagers right now.
Yes, I saw. He just has villagers AFK on the wood run. That's very sad.
It's those hitboxes, man. Sometimes it's hard.
Oh, dude, I was playing Malians today, and I was routing my TC to a pit mine, but it was going to the pit mine instead of the TC. Oh, very, very infuriating.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I don't play Malians because I'm a true Chad, so I don't have to worry about that.
So I was going to
Just
the
kidding.
pit mine instead of to the. It was not mining gold. It was on the
Yeah,
pit
it
mine.
was just
Yeah,
sitting there. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And we have, let's see, what else do we have coming out here? Another, so we have more barracks coming out, a few more, 2 blacksmiths. Oh, I didn't realize that. Lash has 0 blacksmith upgrades.
It
At
does.
15 minutes
Yeah.
into the game, that's actually kind of, that could be a big deal if Matiz was being aggressive here. But Matiz is only getting his first. I mean, he has the melee, but that comes with it, right? But, so it's not like he's actually that far ahead on blacksmith upgrades.
This feels like a kind of passive game for these two civs. You'd expect more raiding, you'd expect more knights. Like they're kind of sitting back, which is surprising a little bit.
Well, yeah, if you look at it, look at the amount of knights that Matiz has. He has 2 or 3, 2, 3. I think he has 3, if I'm reading that right. That's not,
Yeah.
you never see French with that few amount of knights. They usually have 15 plus right now. And then Roos, might not go as heavy on knights in the Castle Age because of French knights maybe, but that's
Yeah, and I guess that was just a conscious choice from French, just go into the archery range and the bow axes, right?
yeah, it's kind of an interesting decision. I'm not sure I like it, but we do see a lot of the ARBs coming out now, starting to really pump them. And I just realized Matiz is just now gathering stone to get a keep. Both players are like me; they don't like to make keeps, or they forget, one of the two.
Yeah, but I think as French, you kind of need to. You
Oh,
kind of gotta get
100%.
that keep out there, right, for the
You're only hurting
the
yourself if
production,
if
right?
you don't make keeps.
Yeah. But some Chads don't do it still. I won't name them, but yes.
Oh, I forgot. Since Matiz didn't go opened Guildhall, that's probably why he's not going heavy knights. Because I think Roost Knights are going to be better in Castle Age because of Boyar's Fortitude, aren't they?
Yeah, I think Polo's Virtue does make them better, but
I forgot about that. So that actually makes a little bit more sense. This map is Tempe, BG. Although Lash is being a real Chad, he's not walling too much. He made 1 wall, but that's it. True Chads don't wall.
man,
Joking.
he's actually going on farms. Like,
Okay, so maybe this is me being weird, but I actually like sprinkling in farms instead of just doing it all at the end. I think it's better. It allows a smoother food transition. And it's really easy as Roost to float a lot of wood. So I feel like it doesn't hurt to do so. As long as you're not affecting production or anything like that.
no, I think you're right for sure, but I don't know. I feel like he's not getting berries. I don't know. Maybe I definitely agree getting a few farms here and there, especially so you don't have that sharp farm transition is good, but I don't know. He is keeping his base pretty condensed, right? So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only thing is, yeah, I am surprised he didn't take that left deer pack. Definitely, I feel like that's a little bit of a mistake, but I still think throwing in farms is a fine decision. I'm a fan of it. I think a lot of players don't do that, and I think you can tell because then when they need that farm transition, it takes a while to get that food back up.
Yeah, that's sort of what Crackety did last game.
Yep. Interestingly enough, we do see that Guildhall set to food. I wonder if that's do you think that's intentional or a mistake?
I think that is intentional. I mean, personally, especially you kind of exhaust the resources on map, and then the Guildhall gives you the food, right? That you maybe need to get to Imperial.
Yeah, it can kind of help you with
survive
that
that
food transition as well. I think this fight's gonna go. I feel like this is gonna go Matiz's way. I feel like this fight's better for him. I feel like he has more units. He has 20 Arbaletaire. I know I'm saying that wrong. Though he is losing quite a few villagers. Still ahead by
he's risking
12.
all of his villagers there. That's pretty bad, especially when you're winning the fight. You should just kind of like pull your villagers back, put them back in. But
I hate that he's not using the Pavis. Use the Pavis, Matiz. I feel like this fight would go even better if he had that out.
I think visas are getting a buff because they're
It,
so annoying to use in the pop, aren't they?
yeah, they got like a slight buff.
But yeah, they're
Oh,
definitely something you should
raid
use.
on the boars on the left. Spearman taken out. Matiz instant reaction. All the villagers are killed that were going on that keep. So, you know, that's 23 villagers killed, by the way, from Lash.
Yeah, this fight is. I mean, it's pretty close, and that's how many villagers? Like, very good for Lash, I think, considering he's not outright losing this fight.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say losing 25 villagers and still being ahead on vill count is crazy. Or 23 villagers and still being ahead by 7. Oh, man, imagine if Matiz didn't lose those villagers. He would be in such a
Yeah.
grand position.
But you have to remember, Lash has the wood upgrade from the Kremlin, he has the hunting upgrade from the bounty, so he...
And 4 relics.
Yeah, and 4 rogs, so... And the high trade house, right? So,
That's
with
true.
the villagers, Matiz is maybe ahead in income, but now that it's close like this, I assume Lash is just ahead in almost every income source.
I would actually agree with that. I do think Lash is ahead economically now. Actually, probably might have been before too. He's gonna lose, yeah, and Matiz is gonna lose both mangonels. And man, it's like that first fight looked really good, and now it just looks kind of bad. And I think Lash, by the way, isn't making villagers. He has an idle town center, so he's been stuck at 83 this whole time, and that's kind of hurting him a bit. I think.
Yeah, he does. That's pretty bad. That's
Yeah.
why I smack my TC hockey every second. Holy shit.
Oh, I know. That's so definitely a bit of a mistake from Lash there, not having the idle TC for so long, because he has 32 vill kills. He should be ahead in villagers. French villager buff or the production speed isn't enough to put him ahead this many.
Yeah, for sure.
And Lash is
And
even,
I feel like Matiz probably could have had a more decisive push, not lost those 20 so villagers, and been in an amazing position. At the moment, he's just bleeding villagers, bleeding units, and it's not working.
yeah, and he keeps trying. He keeps trying to get this keep up and just losing all the villagers for it. I think he should have canceled this keep and just like backed up a while ago.
And he's doing it again, man.
Yep.
My
Yeah.
god, look at the food though. Matiz has 3k food. I guess he took out that guild hall? Yeah, he did.
Oh, I was about to be like, how? I was like, I swear he wasn't what's it called? Floating that many a minute ago, but yeah, that makes more sense.
Maybe the guild hall is kind of like... Because it used to be the meta, and we just don't see it anymore. But 3k food, that's a lot.
I mean, I still think the guild hall is good. I just think, like in this matchup, I think I'd go Royal Institute because I want to try to kill Roos in the Castle Age. But in like, depending on the Civ matchup, if I'm okay going late game, maybe that's when I go guild hall. Lash is playing at a land? What land is he playing at? Or for what game?
Apparently it's with his friends.
Oh.
I asked to do the 2v2 because we were supposed to be playing against Brackety and Lash, but we couldn't because he was busy.
Okay. Oh, and that keep was not canceled, it was destroyed. So that's 800 stone down the drain for Matiz, or maybe it wasn't destroyed, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's so sad that he doesn't get his keep up after all that time.
And
Honestly,
he pulled 10 more villagers.
yeah, I mean, the keep not going up is almost the story of this game. It's just you kind of lost on that.
Yeah, and while that guild hall was nice to pull that food, I mean, we do see it dwindling pretty quickly. We do see the farm transition is done, though. Military-wise, they are close.
Yeah, but I mean, I say that, but Matiz is not. This fight isn't going terrible for him. I guess the Mangonel goes down, but he still has units up.
Yeah, he's still pumping out the units, but it also feels like he's slowly being pushed back. It does take a while for the reinforcements to arrive. And, I mean, that outpost has definitely been worth the stone invested, by the way. That's had to have killed so many units.
Yeah, I wonder if we could have a UI to see how many units that's killed, because I would be like, okay, Tao's OP if that's killed like 20 units,
Oh, yeah, that thing's been firing non-stop this entire fight. There's a raid behind, by the way. A few spearmen. But I don't think that'll do too much.
I mean, that's an annoying thing to deal with. So
Oh yeah, I'm definitely not going to disagree there. And again, we have idle town centers again from Lash. But if he's playing out of LAN with friends, I can kind of see, not being in your normal setup, you're going to make more mistakes than normal. But I will state, I do think it's a big deal that he's at idle town centers a lot, though. I mean, he should be at 120 villagers or so close to it by now, I think.
yeah, he still has either town centers. I don't. He's only building from one TC too.
Oh, no, he's got
Oh
both now.
no, now he's got both. But I mean, he was before.
Yep. Little raid on the right-hand side by Matiz. I mean, they're both... I mean, man, thanks to the... Like, if you look at the vill kills, there's 44 vill kills that Lash has done, right? If he'd had villager production consistently, I think he would be, he'd be way far ahead economically. But let's see what Matisse is going to do here. They both have, close to the same amount of vills on food. Oh, 5 horsemen rated at the right-hand side. Could get some gold vills potentially.
Yeah.
And that tower that has done so much damage and killed so many units is now gone. RIP Tower of Destruction.
That's so sad. I mean, that's such a boss tower, but I mean, look at this map too. Look at this Stealth Force. You kind of want towers all over the place. I'm surprised there aren't more of them.
I agree. A little more raids at the right-hand side there. Doing everything he can. Military-wise, though, Lash's army, he's now almost 20 military up. Does have his own siege. And, man, I just don't know if Matisse is going to be able to hold this or not.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, he has the siege advantage. So if he gets a Mega now, that's... Oh, he has a Mega now. So if he... I mean, don't push into that, though. But he just has no units, right?
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like he has a lot of units. Ooh, that mangonel shot. And I think he's going to lose the siege battle. There was a raid. I think it's gone. Oh, nope, there's 2 horsemen, by the way, raiding Matisse's food line on the right-hand side. And but I don't think it matters. Double the military. Lost a couple gold, but still reacted in time for Lash.
Man, he has no keep over his production, so he's been producing full cost units this entire time.
Yeah, not using that. I don't know how much... Yeah, it's definitely painful not having... Because, yeah, Matisse should have like 4 or 5 keeps at this point.
Imagine if that keep that was in the middle that failed to get up like 5 times was in that this ring of production, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly. Not only for the cost savings, but also it stalls these pushes too.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's just value so much.
And GG. Lash wins game number 4. And advances to the round of 16. Jaina. And then, I mean, you can kind of just look at the resources gathered for that game. Lash is ahead in almost every resource except for wood and stone. And yeah, you can just look at that. If you look at the villager graph, I mean, Matisse was at like 115 to 80 of Lash, and then just lost so many vills.
Yeah, that was such a bad push. I mean, yeah,